Hi y'all. So I just got off from Amazon. I'm not supposed to be off yet. And I got this People device, so I gotta take it back in there. But yeah, I just left early because I'm just like not with it today. So I'm in my car. This car that I've been renting from Hertz. I've been in this one for like over 2 months now. I just keep renewing it and renewing it and renewing it. I don't have to talk to a person on that, and I just go online, talk to the little chat bot, renew it, and it's whatever. So I'm like, I didn't want to be in there today. And then at Amazon, as long as you got time, you can leave whenever you want to. I don't have any time, but I don't feel good, so I'm going to leave. And I'm going to go to the hospital, get checked out, see what's going on. I'm having pains and stuff. Obviously, I'm having pains because I'm running around Amazon with heavy-ass boxes throwing shit. So they're going to be like, hey, you need some rest, blah, blah, blah. They're going to give me some days off, and that's what it's going to be. I definitely don't have any time left. But I got to take this device back inside this building. Oh, my God. All right. I'm just going to leave it on the desk. They'll get it. Just going to drive at the parking lot with it. Hold on a sec. Oh, where's my ID? Can't get in the door without that. Okay, I'm back. So, it's a little ratchet. I need to buy one of those things for my phone. I know I've been saying that for a minute, and eventually I am gonna buy one. But I don't have one today. So, yeah, I'm tired. This car be doing what it want to do. Oh my gosh, so tired. I come here, we do 10-hour shifts, 4 days a week, but you can pick up extra hours, so you can do 60 hours a week. And when I first started Amazon, like 3 years ago, that's what I used to do, 60 hours a week, non-stop, till I got to Jack 7. And in Jack 7, for some reason, they didn't have extra shifts, and I could only do 40 hours a week. It was so retarded. And then I left there and had the baby. And after I had the baby, who is now 15 months, I haven't done 60 hours a week since 2023. I'm gonna hit one of those 60-hour weeks. Those paychecks be so good. But anyway, oh no, it's a little dark. Let me see. Let's position this differently so that we can see my face. Oh man, I'm real black. My goodness. All right, so let me put on the light. That's better. I guess let me see if I can still put it over here. Yeah. All right, so I just reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm super, super happy. I'm so grateful. It's been a long time coming. I've had my YouTube channel for a really long time. And I started out just posting stuff about things that I do because my lifestyle is different from other people's lifestyle. And when people hear about some of the things that I do, like, they freak out. They're like, what? You don't wear deodorant? No, I don't wear deodorant. No. What? You don't use soap? No, I don't use soap. You don't use toothpaste? No, I don't use toothpaste. I don't use any of that stuff. I don't use lotion and a it's so many reasons why like I don't use some of this stuff. Is really causing cancer in our bodies and killing people slowly. It's not just the food, it's the stuff we put on our bodies every day. So I started putting stuff like that on my channel. I think one of my videos talks about how I do enemas every so often to clean out my insides. And because people, they do like cleanses and stuff, you can't do a cleanse until you clean everything out. So you gotta empty the body first. So you empty everything, and then you can go on like your cleanse, go on like your juice cleanse and stuff like that. Then, even when people do cleanses and stuff, people will do cleanses, they'll do fasts and everything. So even when they do that, they will come off of like a week-long fast or cleanse, and they'll go straight back to like eating hardcore, not understanding that they are I didn't get no sleep yesterday. I don't ever get any sleep, and that's not good either. But that'll take a whole video. Anyways, and then I'll get back to the whole cleansing and fasting stuff another day. Anyways, so we're at 1,000, and I've been waiting to get to 1,000 because I wanted to talk about my favorite Uber story. I've been waiting until I got to 1,000 subscribers. Once I get to 2,000 subscribers, I don't know how long that's gonna take, but that's a story. That one's a story. I'm gonna tell my most embarrassing story, and I mean, yeah. So I've been waiting a minute to tell both of these stories, but since we're at 1,000 now, I can tell my all-time favorite Uber story. I was driving one day, and when I drove Uber for 7 years, and I was a nighttime Uber. I love driving at nighttime. There's nobody out here. I'm out here right now hauling ass on 295. Like, there's nobody out here. I don't have to worry about the police. I don't have to worry about other people. Like, I can just get it. And my comfortable speed is like 70 to 80 miles per hour. And I know when I had the Flex, that's what I used to do Uber in for all those years. I used to do Uber in the Flex. And the Flex could go up to 120 miles per hour. And I did it once. I got to do it once. And it was on 295. Because that's about the only place you're going to get to do it. You try to do something on 95, you definitely going to get pulled over because the police is on 95. But at certain times, like, there's no police on 295. So, anyways, I did Uber 7 years, 12 hours a night, 7 nights a week for 7 years. And this one particular day, I just was out during the daytime. I don't even know why I was out. I have no idea. Every now and then I would come out in the daytime, and daytime is not good for me because I don't like traffic. So I'm out doing these rides, knocking them out, and I was content. Like, traffic wasn't bad. And there's this guy, I picked him up in these apartments, and he had a double stop. And this was like early on in my Uber career, because anybody that know me, later on, I don't do double stops. Like, we're not doing no double stops. It's not what we're doing. We don't get paid enough for that. So he had like a round trip. I had to pick him up from there, take him to wherever he was going, wait on him, and then bring him back to where I picked him up at. And I saw him, he was walking to the car and everything, and he was cute. He was real cute. He got in the car, and we started talking, because, like, I just talk a lot. A lot of people, they don't talk to their Ubers, but people used to talk to me, and they used to tell me everything. And it was cool. He was cool, and we were talking, and it was really awesome, right? We got to the place. He got out to the car or whatever, and he was like talking to somebody else at another car. Then he came back to the car, and then I noticed he put like a big old wad of money in his pocket. And so I was like, did you just use this Uber to do a drug run? And he was like, no. He was like, he owed me some money. And I was like, he owed you that much money? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you're lying. You use this to do a drug run. Because people do that. They do that a lot. And this is like in the middle of the day. He was like, no, I didn't do a drug run. So then we went back to our conversation. We was just talking and everything. And, you know, it was just real cool. And the whole time we're talking, I'm paying attention to the road. Especially since it's daytime and, you know, traffic out and everything. I'm paying attention to the road. I'm not paying attention to him. On the trip back, he's in the back seat of the car masturbating in my back seat. And I didn't even know. We just having a whole conversation, a whole normal conversation. And like he's just back there doing his thing and I didn't even know it. I was just like, oh my God. Because I got to the place where I was taking him. And usually, like, when I get to the stops or whatever, to drop people off, like, I'll turn around and try to make eye contact and be like, hey, thank you for riding with me, you know, have a good day, whatever. I turn around and, like, his stuff is out, and, bruh, when I tell you, I don't know who his girlfriend was, if he had a girlfriend, or who he was doing at the time, but that thing was like as big as my arm. Like it was like long and big, and I was just like, what in the actual is going on here? I was like, if you don't put that up, I didn't say that, but I'm thinking in my head like, no. And this was like, so in the 7 years that I drove Uber overnight, 12 hours a night, people are crazy, y'all. People crazy, I'm telling you. And some people have no shame. And they will show you your body party parts. And so, like, yeah, people have done that, but he was the first one to do it. He was the first one. He was my first encounter with, like, that kind of rider. I was like, oh my God. I just know he don't have his thing out in my backseat. And it was huge. And like, he was like using both of his hands to do the thing. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I guess like he saw my face or whatever. And it just happened really fast. I mean, the moment I turned to be like, thank you, whatever. And then my face, like, I don't know what my face looked like. I don't know how my face looked, but he just like did his thing and was like, oh, Tiffany. And I was like, did this motherfucker just sign my name? I was like, no. Oh my God. And the crazy part is, before all of this happened, I had already gave him my social media. So he already had my social media. So I'm just like, oh man, like, Uber, what did y'all get me into? But I just held it together. I always keep wipes. I got wipes in here right now. I got some wipes because I always keep wipes. You always supposed to keep wipes. You just never know when you're gonna need them bitches. Yeah, you always keep the wipes. So I always have wipes, and being an Uber, I always had extra bags. You need those bags. Them bags come in handy. And so I got a bunch of wipes, handing them back there to him so that he can clean his stuff up. And I held the bag so that he can put the oh, my phone fell. I definitely got to get a thing. I guess this is a little ratchet with the phone sitting like that. I'm gonna order one, y'all. I'm gonna order one. Probably Give me 2 weeks. I'll have one. Anyways, just drinking me a little chlorophyll water that I have in one of my recycled glass jars. But I handed him the wipes, held the bag back there so he could put the wipes in there. And then he got out. He was all cheesing and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, have a good day. You had a great ride. You have a great rest of your day. I immediately turned my app off and just like pull over somewhere because like I got kids. So you can't just be like doing that in the backseat of my car. Like, even if there hadn't been any body fluids, just the simple fact that his body parts was out in my car. Like, no, I'm not having it. I don't want your body flakes like in my car. And already I used to freak out, period, like with people being in the car anyways. And then, like I used to have my Lysol, spraying the car, cleaning the car and everything, because I wanted to make sure like I get anybody's germs and stuff out before my kids get back in the car. So like I was always like cleaning, but I pulled over. I turned my app off and I pulled over. I got my Lysol out and I just went to town. I was just like, no, because no. The door, everything. The seats, the door, everything. Just cleaning. So after that time, he was like messaging me on I eventually turned my Facebook Messenger off. And it wasn't just because like him, it's just other people was messaging me too. And Messenger take up so much space. Facebook Messenger take up so much space on your phone. So I turned Messenger off. But he used to be like calling me up on Messenger. He called me up on Messenger one time. He was laying in his bed with his stuff out, and he was like, I was thinking about you. And I was just like, click. It was hilarious. Oh my God. The crazy part is, like, we was in the car talking and everything, and even when he was walking up to the car, he was very handsome. And then we were having like a whole normal conversation, and like he was cool. Like I actually liked him. But I was kind of like just a little bit grossed out. I was just like, no, bro, you can't just be pulling your stuff out everywhere. Like, that's not how this works. Craziness. So he was doing like the messenger thing and everything like that, and then I disabled it, so I didn't get any more calls from him. And then one day I was on Lyft. Well, it was at nighttime, because I primarily drove at nighttime. So it was at nighttime one night. I was driving, and I went to go pick up the customer, and the customer was him, y'all. The customer was him. He walking up to the car cheesing so hard. I was like, oh my God, not this fool. Oh my goodness. But he wasn't with the crazy stuff that night. He was really mellowed out, and he was super chill, and he was having a night because I guess his parents were fighting or something. So he went to his parents' house to, I guess, check on his mama and calm her down or something. I'm not sure what happened. And he told me that his parents had just broke up or whatever after all those years of being together. I was like, yeah, it happens. Because, my parents broke up too after we got grown. Like, they just broke up. Like, it happens. And so he was just having a night, and he wasn't being all extra. And I was like, wow, like, you are human. But yeah, that's my all-time favorite Uber story. It's not my all-time favorite Uber customer. But that's my favorite story. That one tripped me out. It was the first time somebody ever did something like that in my car, ever. And I mean, people done did some stuff, like, oh my God, I don't know if I told y'all about the one lady, but like, people are a trip. I know I told y'all about when that man reached up in the front seat and grabbed my fro with both his hands. Almost crashed his car. We was on 95. and I was hauling ass. I almost crashed my car. Like, don't put your crusty hands in my hair. What's wrong with you? But that was the first time somebody did something crazy in my Uber like that. Very first time. And I actually liked him. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like, he was just beautiful. And I liked him, and then, yeah, that happened. And I was just like, I think probably if he hadn't been in my car and I hadn't seen it, then maybe, like, when he contacted me later on, like, probably we could have talked or something. But it was just a simple fact that he was in my car and I had already seen it, and I was just like, I don't know who's sitting on that, but it won't be me. It will not be me. Like, oh no, oh hell no. So yeah, that's my favorite story. He's a pretty cool dude. I don't know what he's doing now. I haven't talked to him in so long, and I disabled the messenger. I don't even remember what his name is. But yeah, that's my favorite story. That story is crazy, but once we get to 2000, I'll tell y'all my most embarrassing story, and my goodness, I'll never forget it. Both of those stories I will never forget. I got stories on top of stories on top of stories because I've done so many Uber rides. It's ridiculous. 7 years. 12 hours a night, 7 nights a week for 7 years. Uber. And I did Lyft as well. And I did taxi. And I was a taxi. I got so many miles. Like, I know truck drivers out there saying, like, yeah, y'all got a lot of miles. I don't got nothing on y'all. Some of y'all been driving for, like, ages. But I did 7 years of Uber. 7 years. 7 nights a week. 12 hours a night. And sometimes I would push it. Sometimes I noticed Uber would let me go past those 12 hours. I could do 14 and stuff. And then in the very beginning of my Uber career, Uber was not regulated. It was, I want to say it was during my second year. I was probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years into Uber when they regulated it and said that we have to have a 6-hour break after 12 hours. So you can only drive for 12 hours. And then that's how I went moving forward. It's just, I just do my 12 hours a night. I come out at 7 p.m. I go back in at 7 a.m. Just do my 12 hours. But yeah, that's my favorite story. Hopefully we can get to 2,000 subscribers and I can tell y'all my most embarrassing story. All right, friends. Laters.